What is going on? I should not be that small in the picture. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. Ah, there we are. I figured it out. Sorry about that. Welcome. Welcome to Take Two Tuesday here. Hi, this is Ken here at the Stamps of Life in Southern California. Welcome to all of you. Thanks for joining me today. This is an unusual time. So we're going to see how this goes. Hopefully we'll have some friends jumping in there in the chat. Please, everybody jump in and say hi and want to know that you're here. It makes it more fun when I don't think I'm just talking to myself. So jump into the chat. Definitely do that. Say hi. Let us know where you are from. I'm here in Southern California, kind of warm, muggy Southern California today. Where I'm at, it's just been hot and a little bit overcast. The clouds are starting to burn away, but in some areas, I think it rained today. So it's kind of unusual for us to get rain during the summer. So welcome to all of you. I want to check to make sure my mic is working here. I've got my regular mic back this week, so hopefully it's going to work a little better. I think we had some buzzing noise or something last week, so I got the regular mic back. So anyhow, welcome. My name's Ken. I'm here at the Stamps of Life, and once a week we get together. If you're new to us, we do an episode called Take Two Tuesday. And what we do is we just go back in time and look at some items here from the Stamps of Life. Dies, stamps. Every once in a while we'll mix in something different, but usually those two items, and we'll do maybe short little demos. We'll talk about the products, give you some ideas. The point of these episodes is a lot of you have these items already, and we want you to use them and get the maximum value out of these items. So we are reminding you, hey, you have this. Look at these ideas. Don't forget to use it. Now, for some of you, you don't have these items yet, but they are on our website. And if you want to pick them up, you can get them there. They're available on the stampsoflife.com, but you probably haven't seen them because they are a little bit older. So if you are new to the Stamps of Life or you don't follow us all the time, this is kind of a chance for you to get caught up on some things that maybe you don't know about. So I want to check in here and say hi to a few people. I say Kelly was here right at the beginning. I know there's some people on Instagram. I can't see your posts here from Instagram, but welcome if you're on Instagram. And then Bryant's here. Good helper last week with our, what did we do? Did we do a quiz? I think we did a quiz last week. Friend, me, myself, and I is here. Gloria's here. Hi, Veer and Sylvie, Yvonne, Tony. I see a few different names and some familiar ones. Sheila and Shannon. Welcome, all of you. So we're going to have some fun. We're going to go over some upcoming items that you don't want to miss out on. Then we're going to mix in our demos we have a barbecue theme collection today, which is perfect for summer. And then we also are going to have some barbecue fun facts. We'll go over those. We're going to play a game today. We'll do a game together. And then at the end, we have our Bible devotional. We'll do a good news segment. And we'll be in Proverbs chapter 27. Actually, the first verse. So if you want to look at Proverbs 27 and read along with us, you're welcome to do that. I'll use the New King James Version. But it's just kind of a way for us to be encouraged by God's word. And as we open it up, we're just praying that God will speak to us. So that's kind of a general rundown of what we're doing. To get things started here, I do have a question for you. Since we are talking barbecue today, we're talking barbecue. Do you have, now, this is where I need everybody's participation. So when I ask any of these questions, you got to answer in the chat. It makes it more fun. Again, I don't want to feel like I'm alone. So make sure you answer. Thinking of barbecue, do you have a favorite barbecue dish that you like to eat or that you like to make? Either one of them, you can add them in the chat. So since we're talking about barbecue, make sure you add that in the chat. Do you have a favorite barbecue dish or that you like to make or that you like to eat? Either way. I really like tri-tip. If it's done just right on the barbecue, that is really nice when it's got that smoke flavor, or some really good barbecue ribs. I could go for that. What else? Brisket's good. So those are a few ideas. And then the side dishes too. I didn't even think about that. If you like barbecue baked beans, or what else goes good with it? Cornbread, or what else goes good with barbecue? Well, then you have like the salad, potato salad, macaroni salad. Let me know. Oh, grilled corn. That was a good one, Yvonne. Grilled corn is good on the barbecue. I love that too. Fresh corn on the barbecue. That is really dynamite. Especially white corn. I like the white corn for some reason. It's a little sweeter. So answer in the chat if you have a favorite barbecue item that you like, one you like to make. Add that in the chat. That's just for fun. that'll kind of get things going. Then, as we're moving along here, let me see what some of the mentions were here. We have Julie saying, hi, lady. Crafty says, can you see me now? I was on Instagram. Oh, you can welcome to say the posts don't come through when you add a comment, Lady J. So that's why I don't see them. But if I had my other computer set up where I had Instagram going over here, I could see it that way. Lady J says she likes burgers. Julie says steaks on the grill. Yes, those are good. Or hamburgers. Yeah. Chopped barbecue sauce sandwich, says Sylvie. Like pulled pork. That's good, right? Pulled chicken. Those are good. Grilled corn. That's what Yvonne said. And good sirloin. It looks like Bryant says. Sirloin ribs. All kinds of barbecue. Yes. Barbecue chicken. Yeah, that's good. German potato salad. Now, I've had regular potato salad, but I never heard of German. Jalapeno poppers. Ooh, that would be interesting. Hanger steaks, says Phyllis. Anita says a good old burger. Yep. Ribs and potato salad, says Alfie. And Gloria says coleslaw. Yeah, I forgot about coleslaw too. That's a good one. Teresa says ribs, steaks, burgers. And Tony says brisket. Yep. Now you guys are all making me hungry. We might have to stop for a lunch break, right? Well, after this, we'll do a lunch break. Okay, I wanted to let you know, in case you didn't, tonight, Stephanie is going to be going live on YouTube, Facebook, and hopefully Instagram if it works. We will be doing a special event tonight. So join Stephanie. That's going to be at 5 o'clock Pacific time and 8 p.m. Eastern. This was kind of a surprise last minute addition. We have something new and exciting come in that we wanted to introduce to all of you. So that is going to happen tonight. Set yourself a reminder. That is just about 4 hours away. So it will not be long. You'll be watching me, and then all of a sudden, before you know it, Stephanie will be on. So you got a full day of Stamps of Life. So stay tuned for that. So again, set yourself a reminder. Tell a friend. We're going to have some fun. 5 o'clock we'll be starting. And it'll probably last about an hour and 15 minutes, I guess, something like that. Then, let me see if I can change a few things here. I will take my name off there since you know who I am. And I told you about the, let's see, did I do that one? Let's see. No, yep. I got to edit that one. Misspelled something. So before I put my banner up there, I better fix it. I did not spell special right. So let's give it a try now. So there you see special live online event tonight with Stephanie. Then I also wanted to mention on the Stamps of Life website, we have added a few new items the last few days. So if you haven't been there lately, you'll want to stop by. Let's see. I haven't even checked on it recently. I know one of the items did sell out, but there are some other options for things that you can check out if you would like. Let me switch over to that real quick. And here we go. Hopefully. Yeah. Okay, there's our website, and that was, you could get it at $5 off if you haven't signed up for emails or text. You get a little coupon if you haven't done that. And we have the Sandcastle wax seal. That's fun. This Forever Alphabet is great. A way that you can add some extra personal touches to your cards because you have the options to spell really more specific words or names. So that's kind of nice. We did the new vintage cardstock. Now, this includes colors that have been released in the last couple of years. But this is the first time that we combine them in a 6-pack like that. So you can get a little variety. You don't have to commit to just one pack, one set of color. Maybe you like a particular one and you want to try it out. This way you get a little of the assortment. And then that was the one that I was saying is sold out, the Holiday Circle. But if you hit that notify me button right there, see that? That won't let you know when the item comes back in stock. So just click on that. It'll get you that notification to come out. Then we have the Holidays Forever stamps. Ooh, this one's almost out. Some silver washi pattern paper. Ooh, the Googly Wiggle Eyes should be back in stock maybe Thursday or Friday. But more of those are on the way. So those will be coming back in stock. And then Stephanie has left a few items on sale still because these were the ones that were goofed up that got stuck in customs. The Grand Side Fold and the 5x7 Turtle and the Happy Summer. Those are all on the website. And they are on, I think they're flash sale. I do see the discounted prices there. So they're still good values. When we first put them on the website, we didn't have enough. And they sold out real fast. So Stephanie has left those on sale for longer for you to catch up if you missed out on the first time. We try our best not to have you guys miss out. Every once in a while something sells out, but this way you get the best price if you missed out on the limited quantities that we did introduce at the beginning. What else? So I told you about tonight. I told you about the website. Well, let's see just for fun what's going on today. I always like to look at these things. If you need something to celebrate today, what is today? The 22nd? Oh, this is not even up to date. This is from last week. Last week we had World Snake Day. I don't think any of us celebrated that one. Okay, we have some interesting ones. This is really, no, we're still on Tuesday. There we go. National Mango Day, if you want to celebrate that. National, I'm not sure how you say this, peanut. It's Penuche. Does anybody know what's that's like? National Peanut Fudge Day. Peanut. It says it's based on brown sugar, a bit like caramel, and makes the best flavor for a rich piece of decadent fudge. World Brain Day, and also now, I hope you don't want to celebrate this one, but it's National Rat Catchers Day. Now, if I had the laugh button, I would hit that laugh button right now. National Rat Catchers Day. So there you have 4 things to pick from: World Brain Day, National Rat Catchers Day, the Fudge Day, and National Mango Day. I hope most of you are picking the Fudge Day. I'll pick the fudge. I don't know that flavor exactly. It sounds like caramel, but you let me know if you know what it is. Punuche Fudge Day. It tastes a bit like caramel. All right. I've never heard of it either. So some things to celebrate. If you want to celebrate any of those, just stay away from the National Rat Catchers Day. You got to avoid that one. Brains. We need mangoes. We need fudge. All right. Let's see what else. I told you about the website. Let's get on to our items that we're going to check out today. And I had said barbecue. So what are we going to do today? A couple weeks ago, we did the barbecue. It's kind of like a barbecue oven mitt. But today we are looking at this collection, and I'm going to show you what I have here. It is called Barbecue to Stamp. It is from way back in, not super far back. What year is this? 2021, June of 2021. Here we are in 2025. So this is about a 4-year-old collection, and it was a club set. Perfect for summer. If you want to do a barbecue card, or you just want to send a little birthday card or something like that. So this was the club set, Barbecue to Stamp. And it has the some of the phrases on here. What's cooking? Good looking. It's rare to find a friend like you. Oh, I did not hook up one of my cameras. Sorry. Hey, hot stuff. Barbecue time. And Frank's a lot. And then a smaller barbecue time. It's got a little steak and chicken. We also have the matching dies that go to it. Now, I want to show you this stuff, but I did not connect one of my cameras. So give me 1 minute. 1 minute. And here's a little trick. So one of my cameras is actually an iPhone. And there's this nice app on here that I use, and we use this as one of our cameras. So I am going to take this iPhone, and it's going to be the camera where I can show you all the ideas, the card ideas that I want to show you, and show you what these stamps and dies look at. So give me 1 minute. I'm going to hook this up over here. Shouldn't take long. Got it the right way. I thought I had everything set up today, but I missed one item. So hopefully, say a prayer. Oh, it worked on the first time. Yes. It's going to be a good day here. It's going to be a good day. All right. I'm going to set my little table up so you can see what I have to show you here. We're going to turn that just a tad bit. Okay, here we go. So here was the collection. That was not bad. That went faster than I thought it would. This was the collection, the stamp and die set called Barbecue to Stamp. Again, it's from June of 2021, and it's really nice for summer. And there's so many different ways you can use it. I'm going to show you the card samples here in just a second. And then we had the add-ons. This is called More Barbecue to Stamp. So you have some extra like grilling items. You have the little mitts there. And then we have the More Barbecue to Stamp stamps as well. And there's some good sentiments on there. King of the Grill. Flipping awesome smokin. Happy birthday for a grill master who's rare. Ha ha ha. Hope your day is well done. So those are all available on the website. Just type in BBQ and you can see all of these. Again, this is the club items and the add-ons. All right. You might have these already. June of 2021. Were you with the Stamps of Life in June of 2021? If you were, it's very possible that you have some of these items already. And it's summer. Now is the time to break them out and use them. Again, we want you to use these items. And as we always mention here at the Stamps of Life, a lot of the things you already have from the past, there are ways to use them today. Maybe you bought a new card base that came out on the website recently. If you have these barbecue to stamps and dies, you could definitely add it to that card base, I bet. All right, let me show you the samples I have. And I do have, this is going to take a minute because look at all these I have. Woo, I got a bunch. I've got a bunch. So let's go through these and then we will go to the website and we'll do I have barbecue fun facts today. Barbecue fun facts. So let's switch over again and we'll go through these. King of the Grill. And if they're just A2 cards, I'm not going to really say. You'll be able to tell. But if something different pops up, a different style of card, I will let you know. So King of the Grill. Got our little ants there sneaking in. This one says, what's cooking good looking? And I think this is a different one. So I'm going to have to figure this out because it's not marked. So look, the card base, and I believe this is a Z fold. I think this is a Z fold. Okay, that's with it opening the regular way. But our designer has created it to open. And I want to make sure this looks nice when we do that. It says, what's cooking good looking there? And when you open up the card, check this out. Boom. Look at that. And I believe that's using the Z fold card just in a different direction. Okay, just in a different direction. So instead of using it as this, as a, what would you say, horizontal, vertical card, we're going in the kind of horizontal direction. So we've added, our designers added gnomes, barbecue. Isn't that fun? I really like that one. You got the little picnic bench there. Great job. All right, next. Here, this is a little bit larger card, a 5x7. It's rare to find a friend like you. Isn't that nice? And we have a happy birthday. I told you this would work for happy birthday. So maybe a guy in your life, right? Husband, dad, son, somebody who's loves to cook. There you go. Oh, that's my question for you. Just for fun, you guys. This was from the Die Hard Club. If you're in the Die Hard Club or the Stamp Club, you got one of these postcards. Just for fun in the chat. Question for you. Do you have a barbecue yourself? Or do you have a smoker? Or do you have both? So answer in the chat. It's surprising to me because I expect that everybody would have a barbecue, but that's not actually true. And I think when we do the fun facts later, that might be one of the fun facts. Do you have a barbecue or do you have a smoker? Do you use either one of those? Do you like to cook outside, grill outside? Maybe you live in an apartment or maybe you're in like a townhome or something where you can't barbecue. But I expect that most people can, at least in Southern California. Mostly we have weather where we can get out and we can barbecue. So that's my question for you. Do you yourself, do you have a barbecue? Do you have a smoker? Do you use them? Those favorite dishes we were talking about, do you get out there and cook them? So let me know in the chat. And let's continue on with our samples. It's rare to find a friend like you. And there's our little barbecue there, looking good. And here's one of our grids that have been used on the front. Smokin, it says. Got some yummies on the grill there. Here is a stand-up, and it's got the hello on there, so you can use it as a hello card. What's cooking? Good looking, it says. Fun. Here's another one. It says it's rare to find a friend like you. Isn't that perfect for like a bright, warm, sunny day? You got that sunshine up there in the air. And hey, hot stuff. That grill is cooking, heating up there. You are, this one says, let's see what it says on the inside. You are and flippin' awesome. This one says, what's up? And totally rad. That is not in this collection, so I don't know where that totally rad came from, but somewhere. And here's our, Frank's a lot. Somebody's going to get a little treat. One of Cookie's friends there. A couple more. It's rare to find a friend like you. So we got our barbecue grill with some pattern paper behind it. And last one, king of the grill, happy birthday. That's a good combination, kind of some patriotic colors and the red grill. Nice. So those are the samples I have here. Again, from June of 2021, you might have this, and I hope this is a reminder to you that you want to use it. You want to use it. Now let's go over to the website, and I'm going to type in, just like I told you, I'm going to type in barbecue, BBQ, and we'll see what comes up, and I'll show you. So, yep, so there's the stamp set and the dies. Let's go ahead and switch over to that, and we'll take a quick look, and then we'll do our fun facts here for barbecue. So, whoop, sorry, wrong camera. There you go. So if you were on the website, you'd see that. Be up there in the corner. You would not see me up there in the corner on the website, but I'm here on the live stream with you. And so you just barbecue to stamp. You just type in barbecue, and you'll see the stamp collection there. 15 stamps you get, made in the USA. Nice, high quality. They're going to be giving you great impressions. There's the other barbecue items. There's that 5x7 mitt that we were talking about last week. This collection would work really nice with that mitt. You see the stamps and dies there. We can scroll through, and you can see the card samples. And I think these are all the ones that we saw there. There's another example of a Z fold. And there's a bunch of them there. That's nice. A lot of what we saw here today in that video. And then back to there. And then again, you see the dies that are down here. What else? Secret weapon, some markers. All that is on the website. I told you there's the dies that go with it, the add-ons. That's all available there to you. All right. Now let's go on, and before we, I keep hitting the wrong camera. Sorry about that. Before we die cut here a little bit, let's go ahead and find our fun facts about barbecuing. Let's see. Okay, here we go. This is okay. Now we're going to find out the percentages here. And I want to see, yep, who said they had a barbecue? Tasha says she does. Yep. Hi, Donna and Karen there. I have not seen these samples. All are awesome. Yeah, Teresa, you're right. How is Cookie is no longer with us, Lady J. Yeah, Cookie passed away almost 2 years ago. Let's see. Yep. Karen says she uses her grill a lot. Beatrice has a lot. Janice says she has a grill and barbecue, but don't use it much. That's what happens to me. I have to be honest. We have the barbecue, we have the weather, but I don't go out there and cook as much as I used to. Weber Grill says Gloria for grilling hamburgers and I think it's brats. Is that right? Gail says she has a barbecue. We grill occasionally. Diane says she has both of those. Teresa, wow, her husband must be into it. He has the Traeger. That's like the smoker, and a little Weber. Alfie moved recently. She needs to buy a new little Weber grill. Yeah, it's fun to cook outside. Gas grill, says Anita. Shanika says she's got a grill. Tony can't do it anymore. She's in a condo. Yeah. Karen's got a gas grill. Damari says nope, she doesn't. Shanika does barbecue. Yep. Lady J said she did have one once, but she gave it away. Yes. That's the one thing. Outside, the barbecues kind of do wear out after a while, especially if you're in a difficult weather area. They just kind of rust and get old, and then they just fall apart or get all nasty or whatever. Okay, let's look at these. We're going to look at these fun facts. I'll go over them with you. And this is just for fun. It doesn't really have to do with crafting or die cutting or making a card, but we're just trying to think about stuff that we don't always think about. I like to exercise our brains a little bit. Sometimes we might learn something interesting, something we didn't know about that is, oh, wow, I wish I would have known that a long time ago. So that's why we go over these. So this is just for fun. You can tune me out if this is not your favorite part of the show, but if you want to learn something about barbecues, stay tuned. Here we go. Okay, it says, we love our outdoor cooking, grilling, and smoking is a huge industry that captures the hearts of newbies every day. It says, all right, here we go. Numbers. 7 in 10 U.S. adults own a grill or smoker. And in Canada, maybe this is a Canadian website, 8 out of 10 people in Canada have a grill or smoker. That really surprises me because I think that it's so cold in Canada. Like, how often can you go outside and actually cook on a grill or smoker? But like 80% of the people. Gas is the most popular grill type, 64, followed by charcoal, 44, and then electric. I have never seen an electric grill outside. I'm sure they exist, but I haven't seen one. The word barbecue comes from the word barbacoa, used by the, I'm not sure how to say this, so forgive me, Taino people of the Caribbean, which translated to sacred fire pit. I have heard of that word barbacoa, but I didn't know that it stood for barbecue. There we go. The most popular holidays for barbecuing, guess, July 4th, Memorial Day, and then Labor Day. That sounds about right. All summer holidays. The most popular foods for cooking on the grill are, in order, burgers, 85%, steak, 80%, hot dogs. Wow, hot dogs almost caught up to steaks, and chicken. May 16th and 4th are both national barbecue days. How about that? Barbecuing is so popular that they get 2 national days. Most popular barbecue utensils are long-handled tongs, yeah, spatulas, forks, and then this one's boring, the grill cleaning brushes. Okay, hardwoods like hickory, mesquite, oak, and pecan are usually used for pork and beef because they impart a strong, smoky flavor. Now, this is the kind of stuff that I am not aware of, but it's good to know. And fruit woods like an apple, cherry, and pear impart a sweeter, milder taste and are better for smoking fish and poultry. There you go. Some cooking tips. The American Royal World Championship is the largest barbecue competition in the country. Is this Canada or US? American Royal, duh. With 500 teams competing. In Oklahoma, East Italy is home to 1 barbecue joint for every 5,000 residents. I guess that's high. 60% of grillers, smokers learned it from a family member, so they passed it down. President Johnson was the first president to bring barbecue to the White House. This guy, you guys have heard of Joey Chestnut, the hot dog guy. Well, it says he also ate 45 pulled pork sandwiches in 10 minutes. That's disgusting, right? Charcoal briquettes were invented in 1897 by Ellsworth Zwoyer. He also made cars, so maybe he was trying to make cars to run on charcoal, and he said, well, what else could I use the charcoal for? And he said, let's cook on it. There you go. Let's see. President Obama gave David Cameron, the British Prime Minister, he gave him a barbecue grill as a gift. Smoky meats is going way back in time, some 6,000 years. Year-round grilling really is a thing. Yeah, definitely did here in Southern California. Okay, here's a good one. 33% grill when it's below freezing. So like all you Midwest people and Canada people, there you go. And 63% grill monthly. That would normally be me, but I have not been in that lately. And then 48% of the people fire it up year-round. All right, so there was some fun facts. Hopefully you learned something. If not, I hope I didn't keep you from something more fun or better. So that was our fun facts. Let's go ahead and check these items out. I'm going to die cut with these and stamp with both the regular collection. All right, let's do that and have some fun over here. All right, if you're new, if you don't usually join us at this time on Wednesdays, this is my little workstation here, my die cutting machine. This is a Spellbinders Platinum, and it is the larger size. And I have my stamps and dies there. This is looking a little bit dark, so I'm going to add a little bit of light here. And let's do that. Brighten up the scene a little bit. Okay, good. Let's go ahead and take these large stamps right here and let's go ahead and stamp them and see how, I want to show you how easy this is to do. Now, yesterday I did die cut a couple on white, but let's try something different today. Let's go ahead and give it a try on, I have some nice dark red, which kind of looks barbecue-y for our color. Let me go ahead and get this here. I'm going to trim this piece of cardstock down. And let's go ahead and run this through here. We're going to die. Well, I said I was going to stamp first. We're going to stamp first. So let's get our stamps out of here. We're going to use the large image. And I'm just giving you a quick idea of just how easy it is to use these stamps. Here's the clear stamp. If you're new to this, you get a nice size block. Lay it on there. It will kind of just has a little bit of stickiness to itself. You just lay that on the block there. And then you have to add ink, and that is it. Now, I do have a secret weapon here, which will, a stamper secret weapon. I'm going to show you that when I stamp. That will help improve our results. I'm going to go ahead and bring my ink pad over here. And that's the secret weapon. It's just kind of like a cushy, soft material, but it really does help when you go to stamp. When you push, this is hard, and if you go on the table, it's hard, and the stamp is in between. A lot of times it will stamp just perfect, but every once in a while you get some little lines that just don't fill in just right, just because it doesn't have that little extra cushion that we're getting with the Stamper Secret Weapon. So I'm going to use that today. And we are going to zoom in a little bit so you can see what's happening here. And got that there. We want to get some ink on this. And let's go ahead and do that. Well, no, I thought I had a larger ink pad yesterday. What did I do? Oh, there it is. Let's try this one. This is a little bit larger pad. And since this is a larger stamp, we'll kind of speed things up a bit. So we're just going to get ink on all this. Make sure our lines get filled in there. You see all those lines in the center? That would be the tricky part. So I can see that there's ink getting on all those. And we're going to ink all that up. And I'm going to go ahead and take my cardstock there. I'm just going to lay it on top and then just kind of give pressure on all the different spots. Hopefully I did get ink on everywhere. Looking good. So if you can't see that, there it is. Stamp that. And now we're going to go ahead and, let's see, we're going to try to die cut that. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's die cut it. I want to show you one other thing. Let's do that same stamp, but I want to show you a couple of the options that you have here. Now, of course, you could make your grill any color you want it to be. If you wanted this to be black, you could just die cut it. Wouldn't even have to stamp it. But if you want to use some ink on your card like this, probably lighter colors are better, but you can see that it is still showing up. So here at the Stamps of Life, a lot of our dies come with shadow dies, and I want to show you how those work. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp one more image. Make sure that's all pressed down. Good. So we've got two images there. We're going to run both of these through at the same time. So I'm done with my stamp. I'm going to set that to the side. Let's go ahead and get our die cutting machine back over here in the center. And I'll zoom back out now. Whoop, wrong way. And that's there. And there are the two images that I just created. And now we're going to get the dies. And we're going to go ahead and add our dies here to our images. We're going to cut out both of these at the same time. I just want to show you the different results that you get. Okay. We're going to take these out of here. And there is the outside die, kind of the shadow, and the inside. So let me show you. This is the shadow, what we would call the shadow. It's kind of going to give you an outline border for your die set. If you wanted to layer this, you could layer it using this shadow. So that's that. And then this is the regular image. And we're going to run both of those through the machine. And I want to make sure that these really stay on our lines that I have stamped. So I'm going to use washi tape to kind of hold these dies in place. We don't want these dies to move. We don't want them to move. So we're going to make sure that doesn't happen. I'll try our best. So washi tape is kind of like a tape, but it doesn't really adhere to your paper. It won't tear it. There's one. And let's go ahead and add this here again. This will be for our shadow. And I'm going to tape that one down. I need some more tape, so I'm going to get some here. And we'll go right in this short area here in the center. Again, if you're new to die cutting, you have the machine underneath you, a cutting pad, then your cardstock, your dies, which are going to push down into the cardstock when it rolls through the machine, and that's going to cut the cardstock. Okay, it's very simple, but if you're not familiar with it, you might be wondering exactly how that works. Then for the pressure to be on this metal to push it into the paper, I have to have this plate on top. These are called cutting pads. And I'll just run it through there. Real easy. I'm sorry, you guys, if you're trying to chat with me right now. I'm kind of stuck over here on my work table, so I can't see the chat. So if you have any questions, maybe I'll try to run through there and take a peek a little bit later. Right now, I'm in my own zone since I can't see the screen where you're chatting, just so you know. I would love to chat with all of you, but I'm kind of stuck over here. All right, so there we go. We ran it through. We're going to peel this off there. There is one. That is the inside die. So it matches this one here. I'm going to save my washi tape. I should be able to use it another couple times. And we're going to put that in there. And this one will have the shadow, and I'll kind of show you guys the differences. So you can see on this one, you have the little extra area around it, right? You have the extra area. That is what we would call the shadow. This, the inside die, cut exactly what matched up with the die. And I think even those flick out there in the center. So it pops through the legs. So you have two ways to do it. You can do the shadow. Whoops, can I get in the right spot? There we go. Shadow, no shadow. All right, we have those two. And then I'll show you how you could layer it. So since we're talking shadows, let's go ahead and do one more. I have some white. You could layer your barbecue just like this. I'm just trying to let you see how different options that you have with the shadow die. Now, not all die companies make their dies like this. A lot of them do not have the inside. They only give you the shadow die, the outside die. So this is not something that you'll find with every company, but something that almost always comes with all Stamps of Life dies. There are a few exceptions, but most of them you get this. So here again, we talked about regular cut, a shadow here, but let me show you. You could take this one and you can layer it on top of that. Maybe you like that look. So you have three different ways that combinations that you can come up with. You can layer it, use a shadow, or just your basic die cut. All different options that you have here at the Stamps of Life. All right, that is the barbecue to stamp collection. Again, we have all these other fun sayings on. This is the add-on set. You can go crazy, and I'm not doing anything spectacular like these cards, but you can make some really, really nice cards here. You can see from our design team, different options, different ways you can look. A lot of the background is pattern paper, using pattern paper with the nice stamps and dies. And you can see on these two cards, the designer has used the shadow. You see how there's a border around there. And on this one, no, I believe that is a shadow also too. Same idea, all using shadows on these die cuts. So that is from the Stamps of Life. That was the combination here. The more barbecue. I showed you the regular collection, the barbecue to stamp, which was club. This was club. We can see that. Anyhow, they're all there on the Stamps of Life website. You just type in barbecue. You'll find it. Easy to use. Fun. A little bit, different look. We think birthdays, you think balloons, flowers, that kind of stuff. But hey, if you got somebody who likes barbecue, you're going to have a unique card and have some unique designs that have those fun phrases with it, all on the Stamps of Life website. All right, from June of 2021, you might have it already. So this is a reminder to you. If you haven't used this collection for a long time, all those card samples I showed you are on the website. And if you click on the little view, the gallery, you can go to the gallery and get some ideas there too. So those are all options, okay? We're moving on to our next item. And we have several different versions of this one, and it is a little trickier. Let me go ahead and switch off here. Yeah, assets. We are going to, our next item up is our Doily 5 die set from September of 2021. September of 2021. So almost 4 years old. So if this is Doily's die set number 5, what does that mean? We have 4 other doilies. So if this one's not your favorite, which I think you're going to like it, we have a bunch of different options. And of course, they're going to kind of look similar. They're doilies, but they kind of look different too. So today we're looking at Doily 5 from September of 2021. And I think before we do that, let's go ahead and do our game. We have done this game in the past, and we're usually pretty good at it. They mostly let us play against somebody else's called Family Feud. So if you're used to the Family Feud on the TV, great. Then this is how it's going to work. The one trick with Family Feud is you have to think not just how you think, but you have to think of how the survey thinks. So that's what we're going to do. So think now, when I answer this question, this is how I would answer, but if a whole bunch of other people were answering it, how would they answer it? So that's what we got to do. We got to think that way. So I need your help. There's a little bit of pressure on this one. This is kind of a fast-paced game. We got to get the answers in. I think we have like a minute. So once I press to answer the question, I'm going to be watching in the chat. If I think of any answers right away by myself, I'm going to type them in. But if you have some good answers, make sure you add them in the chat. That's the way we win. And usually, they let us play against somebody, and we usually win. So let's give it a try today, okay? So if you're new to us, we do this just kind of for fun. So again, jump in, and if you haven't jumped in the chat, make sure that you do that, okay? This is where I need everybody's help. I don't want to end up being a loser today. I don't want to be a loser. So let's go over to our game, and I've got to clear out a couple things here. I see, hopefully you get the sound. I don't see a sound button, so we'll see if I hear it or not. And then I got to share this page. So let me do that. And we'll get our game going here. Present. Share a screen. Share a screen. There it is. Okay, we've got our game. I'm going to make sure you guys can see me. Can you see that game, Family Feud? I'm going to press play here, but I'm not hearing sound. Where is my sound? Darn it. Maybe we got to sign in. I'm going to go ahead and sign in. I thought I signed in earlier. Let's try it again. Sign in, sign in, sign in. Okay, there we go. We got that, but where is our sound? Makes it more fun if there's sound. Maybe it will start to play when we start the game. So let's give it a try. Okay, I'm going to move that over so I can see your answers. And then I have the game over here. Let's see. All righty, let's give it a try. Answers in the chat, everybody. Answers in the chat. Make sure you help me out. You don't want Ken to go home a loser today. We don't want to be a loser. Oh, let's see. Is this going to make sound? Let's give it a try. Yes, we got sound. All right, here we go. We're playing. We are playing. It's Matthew. We got story Matthew. Round 1. Question. Name an occupation where you get paid to make things disappear. Paid to make things disappear. Let's see. Magic. I'm going to say magician, right? Magician. Somebody else is going to have to help me out. All right, that was an easy one. Yeah, magician. All right, what's next? Name an occupation where you get paid to make things disappear. Anybody else? FedEx driver. We'll try delivery driver. I bet it's not, though. Delivery driver. No. Garbage collector. There you go. Good one, Alfie. Garbage. That was a great one. Garbage. I can't spell garbage today. Tell me some other ones, you guys. Garbage. Yes. Good. Only 8. My fault. Cleaning person. That was good. We only got 2. But we're in front. That's good. Animal control. Food. Good. Good taste. Cleaning person. That was good. All right. Now it gets a little more intense because food. Good one, Anita. Animal control. Good. Next round. This is for double points. Double points. And then see how fast it goes? If I don't type right, it really throws things off. So I apologize. Good news is we're still in front. Here we go. Next round. Round 2. Double points. Double points. Name a modern convenience most teenagers think they couldn't live without. Oh, it's got to be cell phone, right? Cell phone. Let's try that one. What else? What could they not live without? What could they not live without? I say TV. How about that? Anybody else? Car. Good one. Car. That's a good one. Car. Ooh, car. Let's try car. Money, somebody said. Yes, let's try money. That's a good one. You guys are good today. Oh, no money. Credit card. I tried credit card. Let's try credit card. Credit card. Let's try it. Nope. Money, games. Games is going to be our last internet. Let's try internet. Yes! Gaming, internet, that kind of goes together. Computer, you guys are all in the right idea. Good job, you guys. Look at that. That was a good round. That was a good round. I don't think we've ever got them all right. Now, triple points on the next round. Triple points. Triple points. Here we go. Keep it up. Lady, you might be the only one. Lady J might be the only one because we have 2 YouTube channels. And more of the people are on one YouTube channel compared to the other. So that's probably why you're not seeing other people. But I can see there's about 30 to 40 of you here with me. Here we go. Round 3, triple points. Again, this is just for fun. I hope you like this. Something for name something on a job application that people lie about. Employer. Let's try that. Age. What else? Age, okay. What do they lie about on their application? Anybody? Everybody saying age. We need another answer. Education, good. Oh, education. Let's try that one first. Then we'll do experience. Good. Education. Whoops. Come on. Education, yeah. Experience, good. If I can type this fast. Experience. Yes. Anybody else got one? Skills. Let's try it. Skills. Skills. No. References. Ooh. References. References. No. We got 3 out of 4 though. Criminal record. Oh, that's a funny one. That is funny. Wow, we did really good. You guys did great. 637. They caught up a little bit, but here we go. This is like the bonus round. Bonus round. I can't believe it's criminal history. That's funny. Last round, fast money round. This one's just for fun. We just got to see if we can get any points. This is just for fun. I don't think we are on a timer on this one, are we? We're going to earn 100 points bonus. Oh, we are on a timer. Name something on a job application that people lie about. Wait, didn't they just ask us that? That doesn't make sense. What do we say? Age. Okay. Next question. Name something that has a pointy tip. This is speed round, so we got to go pointy tip. Needle. I'm just going to guess. This is all on me. We asked 100 single women, I wish I had the key to my boyfriends. Anybody going to help me on that? My boyfriends? Is it heart? Heart. Let's try heart. Heart. And name something that kids don't take very good care of. Too slow. Key to heart, toys, bikes, bus. All right, we didn't get to those. Name a way a person gets. We got 68 points out of 100, so we'll take it. Well, the main thing is we won today. That is the main thing. We won. Good job. I knew I could count on you guys. I knew it. So that was kind of fun for something to do. That is on a website called, it's free. You just have to watch commercials every once in a while. Arcadium. ARKADIUM.com. And they have a whole bunch of different games on there, crossword puzzles and tic-tac-toe and all kinds of different stuff. All right, enough goofing around. Let's get back to what we're supposed to be doing, crafting here. This is the Doily 5. This is the item you'd be looking at. Let me show you this over here on my table. There's the die set. You'll see there are some little leftovers in there. I was die cutting with this yesterday. So you see some of the time the little pieces stick behind. That's the die, 2 dies. You get your decorative part here and then the outside kind of shadow. And I just have a couple samples with this one, but I will show you on the website and I'll show you the other items that are available too. Let me make sure these are the only two. Can you believe it? Only two. Kind of Christmassy theme. And it says Merry right there. Can I put that up there? Merry, it says. And this is on a basic A2 card. And here's another A2 card. Happy everything, it says. Of course, you could change that to birthday, or if you're doing Happy New Year's or Merry Christmas, any of those kind of things. Any sentiment would work on there. But fun ways just to mix and match. And so you can see how you want to layer the colors. Your different colors are going to really add to your card. So let's take a few colors and we're going to go ahead and run it through our machine. And well, before we do that, let's go to the website and see what we can look at over here. If you go to the stampsoflife.com, there I am. And now we're going to go to our website. There's our BBQ Fun Facts. Then we're going to go, I'm going to have to type in Doily because I do not have this page ready yet. So bear with me 1 minute here. I'm going to type in Doily. And this is good for you to see. You're going to see them all. Type in Doily and you have all these different ones. There's one. There's one we're going to look at 5. Number 2, 3, 4. And there's a Doily heart there. Lots of fun ideas. Different samples for you. But we're looking at this one here, the blue one. Doily 5. And I'm hoping there are some more samples. If you were to go to this view idea gallery, I bet you would see the samples for all of the different doilies. And that might help you to decide which doily you wanted if you were going to choose one of these. So these are just a fun way to add a little something extra to your card, some decoration, and not that difficult to use. So there is the main part of there. You can pop that center out. See how that works? I'll show you that. Here it is. Sorry I missed your birthday. Nice colors right there in the middle. There's that Christmas we saw earlier. And back to the beginning. And if these other dies will also have card samples. So even though your doily, if you had doily 5, these other ideas are great to use with this. Like these are kind of some tea themed ones. So you could also look at these just to give you ideas if you want something else. You could do this with doily 5, doily 1, whatever you want. Okay. So that is on the website. And then I am going to go ahead and die cut this now. Let's see. I have the dies. Where do they go? There they are. So 2 dies here. 2 dies. I think all of these are, well, we're on doily 1 again. So let me look at doily 5. Why is that not showing up with that? That's terrible. Let me write myself a little note here. Doily 5, doily 1 is messed up. So there's something that I won't tell you what it is, but if you look at doily 1 on the website, there's something I have to fix. But we want doily 5. So let me go back over there and grab that. And I'm just looking at this for myself to see exactly what I want to do with that. Okay, doily 5. There we go. 2 dies. And I think all the doily die sets were 2 dies. I'm going to go ahead and get these out. And it measures, if you want to know, it's about 4 1/4 inches. So it will fit like right on the front of an A2 size card. Okay. I'm going to pick out a couple colors. I'm going to get some random colors that I didn't use yesterday so we can kind of mix and match and see what we can do with this collection. Now, don't forget, we're going to do our good news devotional here at the end. As we start to wind down, Proverbs 27 we'll be looking at today. So here are my dies. You can see there's lots of extra stuff in there. So we kind of got to get that out. I don't know if that's going to, see all those little extra pieces in there? I suppose it will cut okay, but I have one of these brushes. We can use that to kind of get some of those out of there. I'm looking for colors. So hang in there. I have lots of cardstock here, but for some reason, all the colors I'm seeing today kind of look the same. We need something different looking. We need some light colors. Here's something a little bit lighter, I think. No, that's not. These are all neutrals. I mean, we need something like a little bit brighter, colorful. Give me 1 second. Hang in there. No, this is kind of boring when you don't see anything happening on screen, but I'm choosing paper. It's going to be worth it. It will be worth it. Here's a nice light color. And let's see if we can get something that will kind of work with that. Got lots of whites. No, too many whites. Too many whites today. Apparently, I've used up all my nice colors. Apparently, I have. Oh, here's something good. These will contrast really good. There we go. So we've got those two. And we're going to run them through, and we'll just kind of mess around with this and see what we can come up with. We're not going to put it on a card or anything, but I'm just going to show you how you can layer these and just have some fun with these. So we're going to try this. Oh, I'm supposed to, if you have a die brush, you're just going to kind of, so you saw all those little extra chads that I had in there. I'm going to knock all of those out. Okay, so that is all out of there. Good to go. And then we can lay our dies down here, and we're going to run them through the machine. Easy to do. Oh, whoops. Again, don't forget, tonight, Stephanie is going to be live with our special online event, live tonight, 5 p.m. We'll be on YouTube, Facebook. Those are just about 100%ers, and Instagram is about 75%. Some of the time, it just does not want to work. You know, computers are great, and internet's great, and Instagram's great until it doesn't all work together. And then it's just kind of, things happen. And you go, what happened? What happened? Here we are. This is our first run through with the lighter blue. And I'm going to go and get those out for you. So this is kind of our shadow. We can use that to layer behind. I'll set that there actually. And this is our inside die, more the artistic part. And it's got lots of chads, things we can take out of there, but I'm going to leave that like that for now. And then we're going to get our darker blue. This might be blueberry. We're going to run that through. And we'll be good to go. And then along with some of the colors that I used yesterday, we'll come up with some different ideas. Maybe how we can layer these together. Whoops, I should have done the outside ring on this one too. Sorry. We're going to have to do it one more time. I just wanted to have a whole bunch of different options here. So I should have laid both dies down on that one, but I forgot one of them. So there's that one. And then let's just go through one more time real quick. Won't take but a second. Sorry about that. And we'll run it through. And all the way that way. Okay, so we have our die cuts. Let me see if I can get a nice kind of background color for us to layer this on. We'll use black here. And I'll set this off to the side. So here are some of the die cuts we just created ourselves. Now, this center here will pop out if you want it to. I kind of want to keep that just as it is now, just for something to look at. Now you have all these chads in here. We can remove a lot of those. Oh, that's already popping out. So that is not going to hold together. But we're going to let's go ahead and take that out of the center and try to get rid of a lot of these chads. We won't worry about all of them, but all these little die cuts that didn't pop out. Oops, my alarm's going off, so I'm going to hit that. And we're going to get all these little pieces out of there. All right, so that's most of it. Of course, you'd want to go through, and I see there's a few little dots here and there that I have missed, but for sake of time, we're just going to keep moving on. So we can layer this. There's your background there. If you want to leave the circle open, you can definitely do that. If you want to add this, keep it in there, there's an option too. You can have it be solid. It can go empty. There's also a way you can take out this ring and you have a little extra color there on the inside. Another option there. Let's see what else can we do. So we have the dark blue, and let me see the ones I cut out yesterday. We have some whites here, and we have some grays. So let's mix up some things here and see what else this looks like. So yesterday I did this red. This could definitely be kind of Christmassy there. You can go with the center open, or you can leave it totally connected in there. However you like. You'd add some adhesive. Again, you see all the chads that are still in there. You'd want to take all those out. Could we do red on blue? If you wanted to be patriotic, you could do that. So let's find that background there. Let's go really crazy. So there's my blue background, red, and wow, how about this? I could even go red, white, and blue. Doesn't that stand out really nice right there in the center? All of those work together. Maybe you're looking for, like we were talking about, something a little more muted. We've got a gray color there. I think that's our cloud with our sky color maybe on the top. What is that? Sky or what's the? I think we have one color lighter than sky. Blue jay. So maybe like that. And same thing. You could go white in the center if you want. All kinds of different options, but they really look nice. You have a good variety. Now imagine if you use foil paper behind there. I think that would look really good. I think I tried to use glitter, and I think it's possible to do, but you're going to really have to run it through the machines a bunch of times because the glitter paper is a little softer. And with all these little chads in there, I think you can get them all out, but it's going to take a little extra time, a little extra effort. So lots you can do with that. Endless color combinations. Any colors you want to mix and match together, they're going to work. Go the red on, we did this, the red on the white there. And if you wanted, did I have a blue center before? If you wanted a gray center, all up to you. So much you can do with this. That's Doily 5. This is number 5. We also have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That's on the Stamps of Life website. Makes nice decoration on a card front. I showed you some of those ideas, and you'll see more of the ideas on the website as well. All right. Oh, to see how, look how dynamite this one is. Isn't that awesome? You can do that with this dice set. We've got like a grape behind here, white, and they've layered one other color underneath. So even I didn't come up with that option. So there is a white on top of a third color there. So you can do that too. It just seems like there's so many ways you can layer this one. Lots of fun. Lots of fun. Hope you like that. I like it. Gives a very kind of intricate, fancy look, but you don't have to go crazy. It looks like you really did a ton of work, but the dies really did most of the work for you, right? The dies really did most of the work. All right. I am going to go ahead and switch this off. Yeah, and I did see a comment there. Yeah, from Bryant there. Don't forget the thumbs up. If you are having fun or a good time today, I would really appreciate. Let me see where I can get my little thing. Please, thumbs up. Please like all that stuff. I haven't said that. Oh, I think this will pop up there. Will it work? Yes. Look at that. Like and subscribe. So if you're not a subscriber to the Stamps of Life channel, make sure you do that. You get notifications when we go live. And then when we post new videos or we do something like this, you won't miss out. So make sure you hit the subscribe button and then always the like. That helps us to get found a little bit more. So we appreciate that. And we're going to go ahead and do our good news segment here. Let me grab I'm using a tablet today. And we are in Proverbs 27. And before we do that, I'll let that stream across the bottom. No, do I have that? Nope. I lost the last thing. Oh, we can do this one. If you're joining us late, don't worry, because this is taped and recorded. You can, when it finishes up, you can go back to the beginning and watch and see if there's something you missed out or some information that maybe you didn't get all of and you want to get updated on. You can find that there. This video will be saved on YouTube and Facebook, okay? Don't think Instagram saves it, but YouTube and Facebook do. So we are in Proverbs 27. I'm going to go ahead and bring up our verse. Let me get rid of this stuff here up at the top. I'm going to get rid of that. And we're going to get rid of that banner at the bottom. We don't want any distractions right now. We're going to hide that. And here is our verse, and I will read it with you. And we'll have a couple of verses that kind of companion with this one. It's pretty basic thought, but something we should be reminded of. And I think it'll help us out, at least as we're thinking here today. So before we read the verse, have you ever made some really big plans, but then they just have kind of fallen apart? Excuse me. You know how that happens in life, how life has little twists and turns here that were unexpected. I was thinking, like, maybe you had a vacation planned and you were going to do all these things on your vacation, and then you got on vacation and it rained the whole time and all your plans got washed away. Now, not all these things aren't like catastrophic things, but life even brings us some of those kind of things, right? But life is unexpected. Unexpected things happen. Maybe uh, you go to see a doctor and you get some news that was not so great, and so life kind of just takes a different turn for you than you expected. Or maybe you have plans to meet a friend. You're going to go out to lunch that day and you go out to start your car and it doesn't start. So life has a way of presenting us things that are throw us off course, right? The future is not always what we expect is going to be. It does often come out the way we expected, but we don't always know the future. Now, those are kind of things that didn't work out, but sometimes there can be things like maybe it's a couple trying to have kids for a long time, and it seems like they're just not ever going to be able to have them. And then all of a sudden one day they're pregnant and a baby's on the way. Wow, big surprise. Things like that, positive things happen. Maybe you're just getting by financially and you're like, oh, I don't know how I'm going to make it. And then somehow some windfall comes your way. Probably not likely you won the lottery, but maybe a family member gifted you some cash or you inherited something like that. So some positive things can come out of the unexpected too, right? We're just trying to struggle through something in life, but something good comes out of it. So that kind of leads us to our verse today. And our verse is in Proverbs 27, and we are looking at verse 1. And I'm going to pop that up on the screen so all of you can see it. And then as we go through this a little bit, just a few minutes, then we'll look at the verses that kind of bring this together as well for us. So our verse from Proverbs 27 says, "Do not boast about tomorrow, for you do not know what a day may bring forth." So we don't know what tomorrow holds, right? Life is very, very uncertain, unpredictable. So what should we do about that? Since we can't really control the future and we can't worry about it or fix things or make things to be just how we always want them to be, we need to live a little bit closer to God each and every day. That would be the best thing for us to do. And as we're living closer to Him and drawing closer to Him and relying more on Him and not on the things necessarily that are going on around us, that we learn to trust in Him even more. We trust in Him even for our future. Tomorrow could bring some terrific times. God will be there. And tomorrow might bring some really unexpected problems. And you know what? God will be there too. God will be there too. We make plans for our everyday lives. And some of the time, again, these plans, they come to, how would I say, they work out just how we expected. And then some of the time our plans, our best plans, they just fall into disarray. Things didn't work out how we expected. But that's an area in our life that I think we just have to humble ourselves and just kind of have that attitude is, you know what? I'm just going to roll with how life comes to me. And now some areas I have to admit myself that in some areas in life, I'm good at this. I can roll with things. And then some things in life really throw me off. And it's kind of frustrating when that happens because I kind of think all right, I'm trusting in God. The Lord will take care of this. I don't have to worry. I don't have to be afraid. But then something does come unexpected. And I have those feelings. So I have to be honest. I have those some of the time. But here in Proverbs, we're reminded, do not boast about tomorrow. Don't even, predict, oh, I'm going to do this or I'm going to do that. This is how things will work out. We just don't know what tomorrow will bring. There's another verse here in James that kind of brings us into something to think about. So here it says, now, come now, and this is kind of related to what we're reading about. You who say, today or tomorrow we'll go to such and such a city, spend a year there, buy and sell, and make a profit. Whereas you do not know what will happen even tomorrow. For what is your life? It's even a vapor. Doesn't life go by fast? It appears for a little time and then it vanishes away. Instead, you ought to say, if the Lord wills, we shall live and do this or that. So see, that's how we kind of have to have is the attitude is, you know what? I want to live life and I want to live the fullest and not full like I'm being foolish, but to live life fully, like completely. And as I'm doing it is I'm not worried about getting everything my way, but I just want to be in tune with Jesus as I follow him. And I think that would be really wise for all of us to, because, some of the time we think, man, wouldn't it be nice if we could know the future, what's going to happen tomorrow, or if we could get ready or prepared for it. But for some reason, God wants us to live in that sense of uncertainty. And I think, again, it goes back to what we were talking about, where we're trusting in him and trusting that his will and his plan for our lives are even better than our own. Sometimes if we knew the future and we knew all good things were coming our way, we might just get accustomed to that. And we would want life to always be that way. And then the opposite, if we knew the future and we knew there was trouble coming, it might cause us to be kind of fearful or worried or upset or troubled. So I think God kind of hides the future for us and he lets life be a little bit unpredictable for us, which is maybe pulls us a little bit out of our comfort zone. But I also think it's really healthy and good for us because we don't want anything, either comforts of life or difficulties of life, to draw us away from God. We always want to be leaning on him. When we get blessed, when things go good, we want to praise him and thank him. Well, God, I didn't expect this, but you did this for me. Thank you so much. And then when life hurts and it's difficult, God, this really hurts, but I'm so thankful that I can just rely on you and I can find strength in you. So these are kind of attitudes that we should have, whether there's good times or bad times or just unexpected times, things that we didn't know that were coming our way, but we ended up crossing paths with these things that were really challenging or really blessings. And they're just things that way that God is either giving to us or God is teaching us, but mostly helping us to get in his will rather than I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. We want to take into account that we are living for the Lord and not just for ourselves, right? A couple more verses here. In Proverbs chapter 3, if you saw this one, we read this one a few months ago, I believe, or a couple months ago. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him and he shall direct your paths. That's great. So I'm trusting in the Lord. I'm not trying to direct my own paths, do my own thing. Pretty easy to understand. This is a fantastic verse. When life is unexpected, think about this. When it's challenging, and we know that all things work together for good to those who love God, to those who are the called according to his purpose. Romans 8:28. So you can know and have confidence, and no matter what happens in life, that that God is there to support you. He's going to work out these things for your best. You might not be able to see it, or I might not understand it, but that is how God is working. And let's go. We've got a couple more verses here. We did 27. Last one. Isaiah says, you will keep him in perfect peace whose mind is stayed on you because he trusts in you. You see, no matter how life leads us, how unexpected it is, how we don't know what tomorrow will bring us, we can have peace when we keep our minds focused on the Lord. When we trust in him, we have supernatural peace. The Bible says a peace that passes all understanding. So that would be our little lesson today. Let's not get caught up in the future, trying to predict it, trying to avoid it, but let's just learn to live life, accept it as it comes. I think, again, I was trying to say earlier, wisely, we should plan for the future, right? Now, some of the time our plans will get redirected. That's okay. We should maybe save for the future, think about our future in that way. Maybe we have expectations for our future. Maybe there's things we want to achieve or desire or go after. We should have all of those goals, I think. But we also just have that flexibility, that willingness to adjust, because like it says here tomorrow, we don't know what the day might bring tomorrow. We don't know what really will happen tomorrow. We have expectations. We hope to have blessings, but we know life, how it is, right? Ups and downs. And so we're going to encounter these things. If we have that attitude, we're going to be able to deal with it handle it much better. We're going to have that peace that we talked about from Isaiah. All right, that is our verse today. I hope you like that, and I hope maybe that God was speaking to some of you. It's encouraging to me that the future is not all up to me, right? My life, your life is in the hands of God. Let's trust him. He loves us. We talk about this a lot. He loves us. He's really good to us, and he wants good things for us, so we can have those kind of expectations. And then let's just see how God will work those things out in your life and my life. And you know what? It's going to be different for all of us. It's going to be different for all of us how God works in our lives. But it's kind of fun and unique and interesting. It makes us all different. And we can appreciate each other's differences and how we're all connected to God as one family. That's kind of fun too. Just in your own family or my family, you can see the differences in people. But think of all the people that are part of God's kingdom. They're all different. And God is working through all of them, bringing them all together to be a part of his family here on earth and then for all of eternity. We got to keep that in mind. All right. I hope to see all of you tonight. Don't forget to join us. Tell a friend. 5 o'clock. We're going to have some fun. I was going to say if you need a nap, it's not that late. Get some rest. I need a nap. I got up early today and it's been a busy day, but no nap. I will be working through 6 or 7 o'clock tonight, but let's finish up the day strong. Thanks again for joining me. Again, we're live today, Stephanie, with our special live event. We'll have some fun. Normally, these shows come on at 10 o'clock on Tuesdays. That's our normal time. So I think next week we'll be back to our 10 o'clock in the morning time. So if you want to join me next week, I'd love to have you come back. Set yourself a reminder next week at 10 a.m. on Tuesday. That's Pacific Coast time, which would be 1 p.m. on Eastern time. If you have to work or, excuse me, if you're not available at that time, don't worry about it. It's always recorded so you can go back and watch later. Okay, I'm going to get back to work. I got to go finish up this day, and I got to get home because the event tonight is from our home studio. So I got to get out of here. All right. I'll see you soon. God bless all of you. Take care. Thanks again for joining me. Bye-bye.